We've all seen it. You land on a new platform, the prompt drops down, and you click Continue with Google. A single frictionless action. But the moment that cursor clicks, the backend has roughly 800 milliseconds to process a massive chain of requests. If the architecture can't handle the load, server nodes choke and the database collapses, throwing a 503 error that takes the entire platform offline. The front end gives the illusion of simplicity. Behind the scenes, the architecture has to securely track cross-origin tokens, validate user permissions, and instantly sync privacy consents, like cookie opt-outs, across millions of simultaneous sessions. Designing a system to survive this specific bottleneck requires throwing out the standard playbook. We are going to build an enterprise-grade, highly available identity system from the ground up. If you are a senior engineer or an architect preparing for your next interview, hit subscribe. We dissect the systems that keep the internet running. The dividing line between a prototype and a production-ready enterprise platform comes down to one core engineering challenge. It is how you handle global authentication state. This diagram represents the standard baseline approach to authentication. A user client connects to a single web server which routes directly to a single relational database. The user logs in, the server verifies the credentials against the database, generates a session ID, stores that ID in its own local memory, and sends a cookie back to the user's browser. That works until traffic spikes. To handle the load, we scale horizontally. We add a load balancer and a second web server. When that original user makes their next request, the load balancer routes them to the new server. But server 2 doesn't have the session ID in its memory. The system rejects the request and forces the user to log in again. This is a sticky session failure. It creates a chaotic, broken user experience. Users are continuously booted out of their accounts mid-task, destroying retention and basic platform usability. Relying on local server memory for session state guarantees systemic failure the moment a platform attempts to scale horizontally. The most common engineering reaction to this failure is to pull the session state out of local memory and drop it into the primary SQL database. Now, the load balancer can send a request to any server, and that server can just ask the database if the session is valid. But this forces every single API call to wait for a heavy disk-based database read just to verify identity. The database begins to throttle the entire system. Relational databases are not designed for high-frequency, simple reads. The required architectural solution here is an in-memory distributed cache like Redis. We extract the session state from the SQL database and store it in the Redis cluster. The traffic jam clears immediately. Now, servers check the high-speed key-value store, verifying identity in milliseconds without touching the primary database. This cache infrastructure also manages high-frequency user preferences. When a user clicks Save My Preferences on a cookie opt-out banner, that consent data needs to be respected instantly across every subsequent request. Tracking those global privacy rules in real time without introducing latency mandates a fast cache layer. You cannot wait for a slow disk read every time you need to check if a user opted out of tracking. Permanently extracting state from application servers and primary databases is the first mandatory law of high availability system design. With a stable cache in place, we can securely integrate third-party identity providers. This diagram maps out the rapid OAuth authorization code flow. The user initiates the login, a packet travels from the user node through our API gateway out to a third-party Google server and returns with a temporary authorization code. The backend then takes that authorization code and securely exchanges it with the provider for an internal access token. But in a modern microservice architecture, we hit a new scaling threat. To process a single user request, 50 different internal microservices might spin up. If all 50 of them constantly ping the Redis cache to validate this new access token, the cache gets overwhelmed. To stop our own internal services from crashing the cache, we transition to a stateless architecture using JSON Web Tokens, or JWTs. A JWT cryptographically self-contains the user's permissions. Because the token is signed by the authentication server, microservices can verify the signature mathematically. The network calls to the cache disappear entirely as each service processes the token payload independently. How does your current engineering team handle immediate JWT revocation without reintroducing centralized state? Let us know in the comments. Achieving true massive scale requires trusting cryptography over constantly asking a centralized database for permission. It's a common misconception that pushing JWT validation out to individual microservices is good architectural practice. If you embed authentication logic, library dependencies, and key management into every single backend service, you create a fragile system where a single library update requires redeploying everything. This is known as a distributed monolith. We solve this by introducing an API gateway. This diagram shows the gateway acting as a rigid abstraction layer between external traffic and the internal network. The API gateway intercepts the incoming request. It performs the cryptographic validation of the JWT and then strips the external token from the payload. It then attaches internal trusted user headers and forwards a clean request downstream to the isolated microservices. The internal microservices now assume any request they receive is already authenticated. This final abstraction permanently isolates identity logic away from core business processing. If every microservice has to independently check a user's identity, you haven't decoupled your architecture. You have merely duplicated your bottleneck. This diagram represents the finalized end-to-end global authentication system. Traffic flows smoothly through the API gateway to isolated microservices supported by a dedicated identity provider and a distributed Redis cluster. We moved from a fragile single-server monolith to distributed caching, integrated federated OAuth, and finally arrived at a stateless API gateway. This massive, highly available backend capability sits completely out of view. All the user ever saw was a prompt and a simple click on a Continue with Google button. The ultimate pragmatic rule for system design is clear. Authentication is a boundary layer. It is never a core business logic layer, and it must be aggressively isolated from the very beginning. Take these principles into your next architecture review or senior engineering interview. Understand the dependencies, map the data flow, and isolate the boundaries. Click the video on your screen to see how we apply this exact same rigor to database sharding strategies. High-level system design is the ultimate discipline of identifying and destroying hidden bottlenecks before they ever reach the end user.